Hello, today's date is March the 27th, 2013. It's about 3:13 p.m. and I'm driving, and the name of this audio blog is going to be, do you spend too much time thinking about MRA and MGTOW, or do you spend too much time thinking about MGTOW and MRA? And I guess the name of the video speaks for itself. I just wanted to say that I think that there's a lot of addiction to thinking of things that are negative. And you know, I kind of think that there's kind of like an addiction, kind of like I guess if you're addicted to drama, you know, a lot of people that are addicted to drama, like watching, I have an addiction for movies that are with drama. I don't like comedies or romantic comedies. I like a movie that's like a 2-hour and 10-minute drama movie, something that's, or a human interest movie also is good for me. So I kind of, that's kind of my poison when it comes to watching movies on the big screen. And I'm asking this question about this obsession that many of you guys have out there, that you log on to people's videos, you subscribe to them, you want to hear what this YouTuber or blogger or internet blogger has to say about the MGTOW, and you know, there's always a new perspective. I know Stardust, I used to listen to his videos for a while. He just kind of goes on these weird hiatuses. He stops making videos for months on end, and then he comes back, and which makes no sense to me because he's got like 5,000 subscribers or more, and yet he seems to have quite a few subscribers, yet he just kind of disappears and then doesn't tell people. And I can understand that if you run into a good blogger or a YouTuber, it's only natural to want them to make videos all the time. But you know, this idea of being obsessed with like particular YouTubers, it's like being obsessed with drama, you know. I mean, you listen to this stuff all the time, you subscribe to videos, and you just keep listening. And I've had people say, when are you going to start making more videos, and yada yada yada. I'm going to suggest that a lot of you guys start making provisions or plans in your life to wean yourself off of this stuff, and I mean for good. It just taxes too much energy out of you. I mean, I don't even need to. I mean, it's like women are drama queens. We know that. A lot of women are. So naturally, drama is an addictive. It's an addictive substance, and just like some people like to get into fist fights, knowing full and well they might get beat up a few times, but they like the adrenaline, and they're addicted to that. And I think that a lot of you people out there that have watched my videos and others like me about MGTOW, MRA, and you know, anti-feminism, my Roller Steve Show archives, I really think that you're addicted to this subject, and I speak from experience. Let me tell you what's going on with me. I talked before about how people have these things I call proprietary niche agendas, where they create their own definition of what's wrong with the world. They'll arbitrarily pick a few problems, let's say global warming and plastics in the ocean, and then they'll make those two issues the only issues that really matter in the world. Well, I used to be kind of addicted to a lot of these people with these like conspiracy / proprietary niche agenda types, and I can't tell you how much time I have freaking wasted, and I mean wasted, listening to these people. I mean, I listen to everything from Alex Jones to Jeff Rentz's. Both Alex Jones and Jeff Rentz are really what I call the portals for proprietary niche agenda guests, because other guests all have their own little agenda. And I'd listen to these people. They'd bring on their guests on their show, and of course every guest would have its own proprietary, or PNA for short, proprietary niche agenda. They'd have their own little spin on things, and so you get hooked on these people, and you get hooked on this drama, and one guy will be blaming the Jews, one guy will blame the Jesuits, one guy will blame it on peak oil, one guy will be blaming the problem on race, one guy will be blaming, you know, we know how this all works, these people with these agendas. So I'm going to suggest to you that if you can get out of the habit of thinking of any of this crap, which I've been very successful at kicking out of my head, I'm going to suggest that you do it, because you know, even at the cost of not subscribing to my videos anymore, because I really think that this stuff wears on you, and it's stealing away from you time that you could be using in other things. You know, these guys that have Asperger's and are social outcasts and don't have any friends or family that depends on them, I can see where this can create a problem, because your life seems pointless and there's nothing better to do but sit around on YouTube all day and listen to people bitch about the problems, and you know, nothing gets really resolved. All that happens is you just all you do is hear people complain about their issues. Not to say that there isn't legitimacy to their complaints, but you know, where are we going with this MGTOW and MGTOW MRA stuff? You know, I'm not going to talk about infiltration. I'm just talking about, okay, you acknowledge there's a problem, you acknowledge this and that. What are you doing really what's this helping you in your life? Does this feed, do you feel that this is feeding some sort of drug or some adrenaline in you, or some dopamine that it like pumps up dopamine in your system when you hear somebody talk about the things you want to talk about? I'm going to think it does, because it does feel good to kind of wallow in your own misery at times. It's one of those things that I've given a lot of thought to, and I was thinking about this today. Of all the things that I've wasted time doing, when I wasn't wasting my time doing it, I was able to you know, get things done in my life. I was a teacher. I taught at a trade school for 3.5 years. I actually taught at 2 of them over 3.5 years, almost 4 years. And you know, and in my time of teaching, I'll tell you, I can honestly say I did pretty damn good. I did really, really good. And I didn't have time to really, that was the really most productive time, because that's time where I really had to keep my head above water, and I had to not be focused on all of this stuff. And not that I didn't realize that the stuff wasn't there, but I didn't get obsessed with it like a lot of people would. And you know, you stay away from this stuff as much as you can. And you know, you don't want to be just hooked on this, because you know, I just don't think that being obsessed with MGTOW, I mean, ask yourself on a personal level when you go to bed tonight, you know, what am I trying to accomplish knowing all of this stuff? I mean, you know that in your own experience that PUA is a scam. And this is your experience, because I'm not going to speak for guys that claim this stuff works. But in your own experience, you have every reason to believe that PUA, pickup artistry, is a scam. You realize that men going their own way is about the only logical solution. So, okay, so you're a man going your own way. You don't really care about MRA. Some people are MRAs, men's rights activists. But, you know, where are you going to go with this now? Okay, you've acknowledged this problem. And now I think it's time to say, hey, where do we go from here? Do you have any things that you could... see, here's what I said. I was talking about a lot about how people get into what's called loop thinking. And when they loop think, they basically fester the same thought in their head. Well, if you loop think about MGTOW all the time, and you watch a TV program and you can't get it out of your head, and it becomes your battle cry, you can't wait to get online and see the next video uploaded by the next YouTuber, like Stardust, or, you know, Man Woman Myth. I mean, there's a bunch of these people out there. I'm going to think that what you probably could do is, like loop thinking, I said this, if you have obsessive thinking, you can kick it out. If you forget to pay a bill on Friday, and you think you're going to get a late payment, and you're not going to know the answer, or late fee, but you're not going to know the answer till Monday, then don't worry about it till Monday. Now, obsessively thinking, you could let that fester in your head all weekend. I found a way to kick that out of my head permanently. I mean, not permanently, but for 3-4 days at a time, where it doesn't turn up. And I would venture to say that if you could get into the habit of, anytime you get an unpleasant thought about, you know, these subjects, to kick it out of your head. Just kick it out. And it may come back in a day or a week, a month, or it might come back in 3 hours, but for those 3 hours, you've kicked it out. See, I don't think it's productive to keep looping the same shit over in your head just to fulfill the agenda of this dopamine in the brain that gets off on this stuff. And I know it gets off on it. But you know what? Drinking alcohol is a perfect example of something that pumps up the brain with dopamine or gets you really feeling good. I've had experience with this. Like when you drink beer, the first 45 minutes of the buzz is like you feel like you had a cosmic, it's like an orgasm almost. I mean, it's really intoxically a good feeling. But then everything after that feels like crap. It's just like the buzz wears off, and then you start feeling, then you drink more beer, and then you really can't capture the essence of the buzz. And I kind of think that this is what happens. You get this quick feel good of all this information that you digest, conspiracy theories, Alex Jones, the New World Order. You got to realize that this stuff is not productive. And I am totally all but rid myself of proprietary niche agendas, which is people that claim that until they came along nobody knew anything. The whole conspiracy movement that gets everybody all pumped up on their quick fix high of listening to Alex or listening to one of Alex's guests like Gerald Celente or Webster Tarpley or this other guy Joel Skousen relocation video. I think that you can kick this out, this idea, this addiction to this negativity. I really think that you can. And I think it starts, you have to take it one day at a time. If you want to lose weight, you certainly don't lose, you don't lose weight one day at a time. You got to do it step by step. And I am going to suggest that you try this. And you can make small steps. If you don't want to give up all your YouTube stuff, if you're a big fan of Alex Jones and then you listen to my videos, why don't you give up your Alex Jones first and then maybe eventually give up on mine, because I don't know how long I want to keep doing this. I'm doing this because I'm driving, and it's easy to talk about this when I'm driving and not wasting precious time on other things. And I don't have to do any much post-editing with these videos I do. It's just basically just just do the audio and I'm done, But I do think it's important that you ask yourself this question, because I imagine a lot of you have wasted lots of years of your life like I did listening to stupid conspiracy and proprietary niche agenda shows of people that talk about all these different strange conspiracies and everything, and it's addictive. And there's a huge industry with this stuff, and it's insane, and it's sad, but something's got to be done about this, because it's getting to the point where it's making our lives miserable. It really is. It's not helping you, me, anybody. It doesn't help anybody when you have an addiction to this type of stuff, this information. And Alex Jones is making a lot of money off of a lot of fools. He's making a lot of money. See, I'm not making money off of these, but he's making a lot of money off a lot of fools because they get hooked on his stuff, and it's their drug. And I don't want you to be addicted to this drug, because this drug will just destroy you. I mean, it is going to destroy you. It's like it's like an alcohol addiction. You spend years on alcohol and you quit alcohol only to be hooked on another substance. And I think that this being obsessed with MGTOW and you're in the plight of men in society is really doesn't matter in your life. If it doesn't affect your life, it should never really matter. It's like Stephen Covey talked about, centering things around your circle of concern. I think that circle of concern is the issue here. If women are not your circle of concern, or dating or marriage or alimony, palimony, child support, then don't make it your circle of concern to worry about it. Well, I think I've about said all I can say for now. So just give all those thoughts in your head, and your comments and suggestions would be appreciated. And you have a great day.